There we go. Right, sweet. Welcome back to another Reading Festival video. I've done a couple of videos before which talks about the lineup and who I'd like to be announced next. And what I thought I would do, and we got loads of really good comments about who other people would like to see there. So we've got a few comments here. I thought it would just be a really good idea to go through those and discuss them. Let's have a quick look. The Footy channel, great. Always lovely comments from the Footy channel. Thank you very much. They would like Block Party, Denzel Curry, Chase B, Shaq Wes, Tame Impala, Weezer, Brockhampton and Liam Gallagher. Just a few then. Let's start from that. So Block Party, I mean, I would absolutely adore to see Block Party at Reading again. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I don't know if they're a Reading band anymore. They I don't know how Reading Block Party are anymore. There was a certain time in the past, in the late noughties, early 2010s, when Block Party were on fire. In fact, I think they sub-headlined 2 years on the trot, maybe. They were huge. They headlined the NME tent. They played the main stage really high up. I'd love to see it, but I don't think it'll happen. I want it to, but I don't think it will. Denzel Curry, I think that's a great shout. Heard a couple of his records recently, really impressed. Seems to be getting a lot of kind of underground hype, so right at Reading Street. That'd be cool to see on like the NME stage, sorry, Radio 1 stage. Chase B, someone I don't know, Soz. Shaq Wes, played this year. As far as I'm aware with Shaq Wes, he's only got that one massive song. Unless he does something new, I don't see them bringing him back anytime soon, but maybe. Tame Impala, I mean, that's a big booking. Tame Impala for me is actually headline material, maybe. I don't know, in my opinion he is, but he could just be like between the Radio 1 stage and the main stage. Certainly Radio 1 stage headline slot available, absolutely. I'd like to see a new album. I'd like to see him, definitely. I've never seen him before. I'd love to see Kevin Parker at Reading. Weezer, that's a given, isn't it? I think they've got a new album coming out this year as well, so I'd like that high up on the main stage just before Foo Fighters. That'd be brilliant. Brockhampton were incredible, yeah. But I think they've done their bit now, unless they come back and do the main stage again. But then it's a bit like, oh, same thing with Post. It's like, what's new? That's what Reading Festival's about. It's about new music, so maybe. Liam Gallagher, I mean, I don't think he'll be coming back unless he releases something new. There we go. But I love Liam Gallagher. Ed Levings says, Catfish in the Bottom End, question mark? Great shout, Ed. If they release a new album this year, then definitely. I have said since the moment I first saw them, they will end up headlining Reading and Leeds one day. I miss them, I want them to bring out some new music. I think it was 2013 was the last album. No, 14. It's been a couple of years since an album's come out, so it's time for some new music. I've seen on their, they announced something on Instagram the other day and the comments were just like, new music, give me new music. So it would be really cool to see something new from them. And if they do, cool. If not, I'd be happy with a little secret slot so they come back and headline next year. Catfish in the Bottom End, brilliant. Emma Illingworth, a long time commenter on the Music Club channel. I'd like to see Rat Boy. They've got an album coming out in Feb, so possible contenders. I completely agree, Emma. I think they're really cool. They've already announced Youngblood, who's quite similar. So maybe that could be a nice little afternoon, especially if they get Jamie T as well. That'd be brilliant. Bad Sounds. I'd love to see Bad Sounds there again. They had an amazing year, and their set on the festival public stage was really good. I used to work with the guitarist Sam. Indoor Pets. New one from me. Don't know them. And The Chats, who are apparently all around Aussie legends. So cool. Good suggestions there, Emma. Fraser Rose says 2 words: Richard Ashcroft. Yeah, it would be good to see a bit of an old legend, if that's Ian Brown or if that's yeah, someone like Richard Ashcroft. That'd be great. I think that'd be really cool, like a bit of a Brit-pop legend to come back. Yeah, I think it'd be great to get a bit of an indie legend back, either to top the Radio 1 bill or on the main stage would be great, but we'll see. Fraser also says, what about Jamie T? I think Jamie T would be great. You know, he's one of my favourites. He's a Reading hero. I think it'd be great to see him come back. even headline the Radio 1 tent or a high slot, brilliant. He's certainly influencing a lot of people at the moment, so that would make sense. But I don't know if he's going to release any new music. I don't know if you mentioned the B-Sides album, but I don't know if that's going to be enough for a booking. We'll see. The Footy Channel comes back and gives a couple more. Primal Scream. I don't think they've done enough in the last few years, if I'm honest with you. I don't know how active they are, so I probably wouldn't pick them. Young Fathers. Melvin Benn has specifically talked about Young Fathers in the past, saying that they're an act that he thinks will headline one day. I think I only know one song by them, so I don't see them headlining. But they're certainly favoured by the owner, shall we say. So potentially, Run the Jewels. RTJ4's coming out next year. I'd love that. I'd love like a big old high on the main stage. Oof. Killer Mike and LP taking over Reading sounds like absolute heaven to me. Jungle, yeah. Their album this year was great. They played a couple of years ago. They've got a really weird sound in that they're kind of a bit mellow, but I think they've got bigger over the last couple of years, so I could see them definitely coming back. The Last Shadow Puppets would be mint. The Last Shadow Puppets would be mint, but I don't think Alex Turner's going to be doing anything except for Arctic Monkeys this summer. Would be my guess anyway. Patrick says DMAs ? DMAs. They had an amazing set on the Radio 1 stage this year. I mean, they're just growing and growing and growing as a band. They're huge. So whether they bring something, I don't know if they'll bring it back though. Not this quick, unless they release like a new EP or something. But they had it was a great act on that Sunday this year, definitely. Lee Twiz says the Strokes could play before the 1975. Strokes headlined in 2011. Everyone wants to be the Strokes. They're too influential not to headline, so I don't see that happening. But I like where your head's at. Oscar says, I'm just hoping for the Streets, The Cure or James. I think the Streets is very likely. Mike Skinner is back with full effect. He's writing a film, releasing a new album. I'd love to see the Streets again. I think really high up on the main stage would be amazing. They headlined the Radio 1 stage just before he retired the Streets. So I think, yeah, back, big up on the bill, chuck him just below 1975. I think that'd be absolutely incredible. The Cure, again, the Cure headline in 2012. I don't see them coming back and not headlining again. They're just too big a band. You know, they sold out Hyde Park in the summer. They've got such a big following. They sell out a night on their own. I don't think they would come back unless they're headlining. James, yeah, I could see them. Yeah, maybe like mid-afternoon on Sunday, just before Foo Fighters. Maybe James. Will Everett says Circa Waves confirmed at one of their gigs. Ooh, red alert, confirmation. Circa Waves will be back. New album in the works apparently. Big old indie band. I think they're great. They were on the main stage last year, 2017, and it was an amazing. I remember the sun was going down. They played t-shirt weather. It was brilliant. Circa Waves. I'd love to have them back, and I think that's probably quite likely. If not this year, then certainly next year. Cousins TV says, could Skillet play? I don't know Cousins TV. Could Skillet play? Rory O'Moore says Yumi at 6 confirmed on their tour 2 days ago that they're playing. Yumi at 6, they seem to be this like enigma in my musical library. I just don't get it. I've never been a fan of them really, but people love them, don't they? And always say how they could be headliners. I don't think they're anywhere near headline material, but hey, if they're confirming that they're playing, then I would imagine that'll be pretty high up on one of the days, probably sub-headline, I'd guess. Maybe before Foo Fighters even. We'll see. Jack Stroudley, thoughts on Wallows playing and what tent would they be in? Wallows, I fucking love Wallows. I love Wallows. Wallows are a band. The guitarist is the guy from 13 Reasons Why. Like, they're great. Their music is brilliant. They're like new wave punk, bit of folk, bit of synth pop. They've got everything going for them as a band. They don't have an album out yet, and therefore haven't gained much traction. If they were to come and play this summer, which I would fucking love, it's hard. I don't think that they would be. I think they might be too big to play the Festival Republic. don't think they have enough material to play the main stage, and I don't think I've ever heard them being played on Radio 1. So Alex Smith, music official, says, saw Glue at 2000 Trees, really surprised by them, would be good choice for the pit. I agree, would be a great choice for the pit. I'd also maybe like to see Mallory Knox with some new material. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were in the studio when Moles burned down in Bath, so I don't know if they've released any music since then, but they were on a massive trajectory to become a massive band. So maybe we'll see Mallory Knox. They could come back. If they come back, they could headline the Radio 1 stage. They're a big band. They're a big old band, if not very high up in there anyway. Good shout. Really want Rex Orange County to go again, or Mac DeMarco, says Meg X. Rex Orange County this year was a very big turnout. I remember seeing lots and lots of people running towards that tent. I was not there. Mac DeMarco is one of those kind of indie legends that everyone seems to love. I know very little of his music, but what I have heard I do love. So whether or not they play, I don't know. I don't know if Mac DeMarco's back in the studio or not. Rex Orange County only released an album this year, and he played this year, so that might be an incorrect fact. Anyway, interesting choices. So that's what I've got so far. Some additional names that I've added to that list. I've added a couple that I wanted for this year that didn't play, but I think will go in to have a bigger next year. The first band is Nudes. They're a really cool kind of electronic indie dance act. I could see them play the dance tent quite comfortably with a full band, or even the Festival Republic. I'd also like an album from them, please, if you're listening, Nudes. Estrons, really cool band from Wales, I think. As soon as they get an album out, I can absolutely see them playing. They could either play the pit, or they could either play the Festival Republic very comfortably. I forgot to mention Swimmers in my last one. They played this year, but they've got an album coming out next year, so very, very possible that they'll be brought back and do a bigger slot. That would be really cool. Another act that's back is Marabou State. Really, really cool. If they don't get booked for Reading, they'll get booked for every other really cool, trendy London festival, I feel sure. Another artist that's back is Shy FX. Went into Music Club this week. I'd love to see him on the dance tent. I'd like to go and show my little brother Shy FX, because he's an incredible artist. Another band that's back and announcing a new album, which I could see playing the kind of old school set on the pit stage, is AFI, who had that amazing record Girls Not Grey in about, what, 2002, 2001. They could absolutely play that slot. And another band who I really want this to happen. It happened in 2015, 16, 15, 14. Limp Bizkit. They headlined the NME stage. It was the NME stage at the time. Co-headlined the NME stage with Rebel Sound, maybe? Knife Party? Someone like that. And they were incredible. That's what I want to see. Weezer, Limp Bizkit, Foo Fighters. Sunday done. Sunday done. Thoughts in the comment section below. Is there anyone else who you think will be back to play? A very informal, I've got little in terms of notes here, so I just kind of started speaking at the camera. Would love to know if you think there's anyone else that should be announced. I'm sorry that I haven't been doing many more of any other Reading videos. We've been pretty focused on my Who the Fuck series. I'm taking a deep dive into every artist that's been announced and making a small video about them. You can check that out by subscribing to my channel and join me on that journey. Let me know your thoughts on who else you think will be playing and who you want to be announced. And hopefully, by the end of Jan, if my previous video was anything to talk about, we should have some more names. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll see you after Christmas. Merry Christmas.